Now, with COVID cases shooting up in China, Hong Kong and some parts of Europe, there are concerns about possible surge in other countries as well. However, Indian scientists have observed that it is highly unlikely that India could mirror the COVID graph of other countries. Batting for continuation of COVID relaxations, Dr. Samiran Panda, Additional Director General of ICMR, says that people cannot live in the fear of COVID surge elsewhere. However, he maintained that one should closely monitor developing scenarios. Now, remember, this comes in at a time when we have seen increasing number of cases in South Korea. We have seen increasing number of cases in Hong Kong and also in China. But even there, in fact, remember that even in some of these countries, there has been COVID relaxations which are continuing. Let me go across to my colleague Harsha, who is joining us for more on this. Harsha, so what we can see is that the ICMR, one of the very known faces of ICMR, Dr. Samiran Panda, is actually saying that while there are concerns of COVID cases surging elsewhere, people cannot live in fear of that, and also that COVID curbs relaxation should continue because it's not necessary that the COVID graph in other countries could be mirrored back here as well.
See, I'll tell you one thing. ICMR is the mouthpiece what ministry says, but here ICMR is quoting entirely different thing from the ministry. Ministry is continuously saying that surveillance is needed, hygiene is important, vaccination coverage is very much important. People, if they are going out in public forum and public gatherings, they have to still keep their mask on, and they have to be they don't have to rush to the places where there's so much of crowd. But ICMR is saying that relaxation is very important. Public cannot live in fear. We cannot follow the protocol. We cannot see that the other countries, if they are having huge number of new COVID subvariant, which is called Omicron subvariant BA.2, if they are seeing surge in those cases, it is not possible that the cases surge will be in India as well. So what ICMR is quoting is different from ministry. Ministry yesterday also has issued guidelines to the states and UTs saying that surveillance should be increased because we are seeing that surge in Europe and Asian countries, plus in Hong Kong, China, South Korea. There are many cities where lockdown has been imposed because Omicron subvariant BA.2 is really severe than Omicron. It is true that vaccination coverage in our country is quite high, and it has crossed 181.25 crore. The mark is of vaccination coverage is that, but we still need to live in fear. We still have to put our mask on because it is being said that in May the fourth wave can be seen, the surge in COVID cases can be seen if relaxations continue like this. Even if relaxations are being given, public must follow COVID appropriate behavior, that was sure.
Right, Harsha, thank you so much for bringing us that update and also actually giving us details of what the stand of the government has been, but also ICMR, which is one of the lead bodies which is looking into the COVID situation in the country. One of the chief experts over there essentially saying people can't live in fear, and it's not necessary what's happening in other countries is mirrored here back in India.